There were some positives as well as the usual negatives, so I decided to break the analysis down into 3 videos: United in possession, Dalot v Palmer, and short corners. United used a couple of possession setups in this game. Here we have a back 3, but in front of that, both Dalot and Wan-Bissaka inverted, which allowed Mainoo and Fernandes to push on. The key to this setup was the positioning of Wan-Bissaka and Dalot pulled Mudryk and Palmer infield, opening the flanks. As Varane plays the ball into Antony, we can see Wan-Bissaka making this run into the half space from that inverted role. And if Antony had more awareness, this pass around the corner was on, getting Wan-Bissaka in a great position. Same phase of play, and we can see the same setup on the other side, and how this has created an overload on Palmer and Gusto. Palmer knows Dalot is behind him, which stops him from pressing Maguire, and just tries to shadow mark Dalot, and Gusto is stuck between Dalot and Garnacho, freeing Garnacho. The second pattern was the return of these possession triangles, made up of an 8 playing in the half space, the fullback and the wide man. Same phase of play, and we have the same setup on the other side. Now, these patterns were not as fluent as they were at Old Trafford against Chelsea, but they were effective in 2 ways. The first was both Caicedo and Enzo like to keep compact in this double pivot, with Mainoo and Fernandes playing on the outside of Caicedo and Enzo. Fernandes in particular was finding pockets of space. Here we can see Fernandes on the outside of Caicedo in this pocket. Maguire plays the ball into Fernandes, and then Fernandes plays the ball out to Antony, and United are up the field in 2 passes. In this situation, Fernandes is on the other side, this time on the outside of Enzo, and gets the ball in another pocket. But this was the most interesting way this possession setup opened Chelsea, and it was more circumstance than a tactical ploy. We can see Fernandes in the half space, and on this occasion, Caicedo follows him out. As Fernandes plays the pass, Caicedo turns his back on Fernandes, looking to get back into the middle. From here, we can see how Caicedo, moving back into midfield, has left Fernandes in space, and he looks to make this forward run. Varane hits a long ball to Fernandes, and although Cucurella deals with it, the ball falls to Antony, and now Cucurella is in this 2-on-1. But Fernandes' goal is where Chelsea's inability to defend these half-space runs got exploited. Here, we can see Caicedo is in position to deal with Fernandes, but as the ball is about to get switched out, Caicedo is now looking to get back into the middle. To be fair, Enzo and Caicedo are in perfect double pivot positions, but it has left Fernandes free on the back post. Of course, Mudryk should have got back, but the positioning of Fernandes in particular took him away from Chelsea's double pivot, putting pressure on other players to pick him up, and at times that didn't happen. I said it wasn't as fluent as it was at Old Trafford, but this was a nice move. Fernandes into Antony, Antony into Wan-Bissaka, and then a nice touch around the corner from Wan-Bissaka to Fernandes, making his 3rd man run. To see parts 2 and 3 of this analysis, click the thumbnails on the screen.